All right, guys, it's finally here. It's Maiden Day. I'm Brendan. It's just plain crazy. This behind me is the Maxford USA Antonov AN-2, otherwise known as the Anushka. This thing is a 102-inch wingspan biplane, 50cc, available over at Gator-Rc. Enough of the chit-chat. Let's get this baby up in the air. Maiden time. 8-minute timer, by the way. Going up, right to left. So it didn't take much to get off the ground. Needed a good bit of down trim, a little bit of right. This is on low rate so far. Kind of what I would expect. I'd call that pretty trim already. What I would expect on low rates. Let's go into highs. I'm just trying to keep some altitude with a biplane with flying wires. If something goes wrong, I'm going to need a little bit of altitude to work with. But this 4-blade from Aircraft International, 20x10 prop on this EME 60 with Autostart. I'm at about 1/4 power right now, just cruising around. Really easy, no major throttle needed here. I like the mix setting on the rudder. It's not hanging the back end. Does have a nice consistent sink rate to it. It's not unpredictable. And we do have our flaps set up on flight mode so we can adjust the trim individually. We'll play around with that as we go. Pretty predictable up there. Feels good for a big biplane. Let's start getting it up a little bit and we'll see power-wise how it does for loops and stuff. Again, we're on high rates right now. 10. Loops, no problem. 8, 7. A little bit of power 6, management down 5, through the bottom side. 3, 2, 1. Let's take it up and see what a roll looks like, just because we don't know throw-wise what it is. So that's a slow roll. That's not bad on high rate ailerons. Up again. Oh yeah, them flaperons, guys, make it nice. Oh, inverted is good. It's got some nice inverted flight. It's not quite as stable as upright, but it wasn't bad at all. See if we can do an element here. Power of the EME 60, guys, with this prop is, it's easy. Nice stall turn. Big barrel. Into a Cuban. It's agile. For a big bulldog, I call this plane a bulldog. I think it has a nice presence like a bulldog. It's agile. Let's see what some flap settings start to look like. All right, so it balloons up a little bit with, that would be 15% flap. It balloons up, so we're gonna have to dial a little bit down. Let's set the high rate flaps, we'll do the same thing.
Flaps up. Takeoff flaps.
All right, let's putz it by here on low rates. Low rate flaps, takeoff flaps. See what it looks like. Felt a little snappy there as we reached stall, so keep a little power into it for landing. Keep that nose down coming in. And again, we had a tailwind there too, so just keep that in mind. Let's bring it the other way with some flaps and see. And usually I'll have a little higher of an approach angle, so we'll bring it in that way. Yep, no worries there, guys, with power. Plenty of power. Just keep a little bit of airspeed. There's a lot of drag on this frame. Big biplane, 4-blade prop, flying wires. Again, the mix is great for that rudder. That's a perfect recommendation at 15%. Woo woo! Look at that. Yeah, keep that power on coming in the land, but I like it. I like it. This is a cool little bulldog, or a big fat bulldog. Again, guys, available from Gator-Rc, the Antonov AN-2 from Maxford, USA, 50cc, 102-inch wingspan, flying the Kingmax servos in this, also from Gator, and as well as my favorite engine, the EME60 with Autostart. And again, what does that look like? Turn it on, and we're up and running. So there you go, guys. Hope you loved it. All right, guys, so something to note here. Check this out. So this thing's been sitting out in the sun a little bit before I put it here underneath the canopy, but there ain't a wrinkle in this covering. I just noticed this. This thing's been sitting out there in the sun and everything else, and there ain't a wrinkle to it. Whatever they use here for covering on this plane is really, really well done. Well, guys, there you have it. That Maiden was much more than I expected. So I wanted to put this thing through the paces, especially since they didn't use that wing tube and they used that kind of triangle design with the carbon rods. Whether we're doing elements, rolls, hammerhead, stalls, whatever, inverted flight, I think we put it through the paces enough to not only know that the build stuff we did to it works, but their design works, and it's actually trustworthy. The mix on the rudder is perfect. The low rate and high rate suggestions are good. And then what I would tell you is mix the flaperons in. It made a big difference on the rolls. Keep in mind when you're going slow flight, you need to be very careful with the stall speed. If you're running the 4-blade flying wires, the gear, two wings, all that stuff is drag. So when you think you're going slow, it's probably too slow. Keep that power in so you don't stall it, because when you snap a biplane slow, it's going to need a ton of altitude to recover, and you don't want to do that right above the ground. Otherwise, the build was fun. The quality here is great. We're running the Kingmax servos in this, link in the description below. The EME60 with Autostart, look in the description below for that. All of this stuff available over at Gator-Rc. We make our own wires and stuff like that. Did our own little special touches to it. That was good. Balance is right on the money for where they said. I was very happy with that. We needed a little trim right out of the gate. Flap settings on this, I think you can play around with. I don't know that it'll make a huge difference with your flap settings at the end of the day. Otherwise, I think I'm going to do some adjustments here on my flying wires, adjustments on the landing gear, and tweak it up a little bit. But this is going to be a fun plane to fly for a very long time. The only downside, the instructions were bad, but again, that's why you got the video series. So if you guys haven't seen the video series on the build, go check that out. I was happy with the quality, I'm happy with the build process, and I'm happy with the way it flies at the very end. So again, it is Brendan here at Just Playing Crazy. You guys are just playing crazy for always hanging out and watching. I appreciate every one of you guys. Smash that thumbs up button, it helps us out a lot. If you're gonna hit the thumbs down, smash that baby twice. Shameless plug to like, share, subscribe, all that cool shameless plug stuff. And do me a favor, head on over to www.gator-rc.com. Check out the cool line that they have in the Maxford USA Seagulls models and top RC model, and see if there's something there that interests you. They are fantastic people to deal with. One-stop hobby shop for all your needs. With that being said, from me and the Anushka here behind me, I wish all of you guys happy flights. Peace out.